Doing okay out there? Just released that video on the examples of how counterfeit guitars are pretty bad. And so far, I can tell a lot of people have some strong opinions on it. It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. But hey, if you're just tuning in, my name is Patrick Gnarly. We're playing no music right now, but we're answering questions about guitar, music, and streaming. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, what do we got? We got Meteora. Hey, what's up, buddy? Welcome back to the show. Yo, what's up, Kyle? How you doing? What are you guys up to? You guys got any questions about music, guitar, or streaming? Because I'll tell you what, I am going to be dreading looking at the comments for the video I just put out. Anytime I put out a video with I would call it a lukewarm take, even a cold take on something, people got to say something really crazy, obnoxious. So it's pretty weird. James says, hey, is that a Black Beauty I see? Yes, that is correct. 1987. I actually really like these. It's pretty much right when the Henry J era started. And it's got the smaller neck on it. Feels great. I like the smaller necks on Gibsons because I got smaller hands. And I just enjoy them. They're not as expensive. Yeah, it's a pretty great experience to have something that fits your hand pretty well. And not have to pay super out the nose. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So you got any questions about guitar, music, streaming? What do you got? Anybody got any things they want to answer to? Because I'll tell you what, I think a lot of people, when I was talking about those counterfeit guitars, I think a lot of people get confused about what's a knockoff and what's a counterfeit. So knockoff used to mean counterfeit, but people kind of understand that a knockoff guitar is really just something similar, but it's not pretending to be that. So, for example, the Harley Benton. I got a Harley Benton right here. It looks like an SG, like a lot. It looks very close to it. But obviously, the headstock is very different. So that's how they get away with it. There also are differences between the, body shape, things like that. But it's close. So it's out there. But then you have counterfeits, and counterfeits are pretending to be that actual brand. There's no oh, it looks similar. It's like, no, it looks as close as you can get. And obviously they're going to make mistakes. They're going to make different mistakes with the tools. They're going to have different parts. They're going to have different materials that they use. And it's just one of those things where a counterfeit's just it's supposed to scam people. That's bottom line, what it's supposed to do. It's designed to scam somebody. So anybody who buys one willingly is just like, are you sure about that? You really want to buy something that's like designed to fool people in like not a good way? Like it doesn't play incredibly well. I'm sure they play fine. I've seen plenty of guitars out there, but the counterfeits of back in the day, because I haven't played one in the past 5-6 years, I think. So who knows what they're like now, but they are not great experiences for most people. Yeah, that's why you see so many of them online for sale. Rachel says, hello, what's going on? James, yeah, let me know if there's a question. Kyle, let me know if there's a question. If you're in here, hey, tap that screen. Tap that screen. We'll see if anybody comes in here with a question. See if anybody wants some advice or wants my opinion on something. Dude, go for it. Ask me something. I would love to try and answer a question for you. Give you some advice. I've been playing music for 20 years. Do it professionally now. And I want to give back to the guitar community, the music community, the streaming community. I got my fingers in many pies, so to speak. So it's good to have a lot of different perspectives on things. So it's good to help out people. So if you got a question, you got anything you want to know, you let me know, dude. I watched a video recently, speaking of guitars, of a guy who was building his own Les Paul from a, what is it called? A do-it-yourself kit, which I was like, oh, I've never seen one of those. Yeah, apparently StuMac, which I've never really used a lot of their stuff, but I know they're a pretty reputable company. But Stu Mac was out there, and they were like, "Yeah, if you want to buy a kit, you can just build yourself a guitar, and it looks really good." So I was really happy to see that. We got Eric. Eric, I'm sorry, buddy, no music right now. We're just answering some questions and talking about it. Susie says, "I'm sorry, what are those? Pacifica? That is a crazy way to spell it. But I think I know what you're trying to say. Or CR250. I've never seen a CR250. What's a CR250? Pacifica, the Yamaha Pacifica is a pretty decent guitar. They're made pretty well. I've seen many guitar techs talk about them and rave about their fretwork and how they use pretty good materials. I don't think they're really particularly beautiful guitars necessarily, but I think they get the job done. Who makes the CR250? Who makes that? Ems says, "It's been so long since I've joined a live." It's been a long time since I've been on this. Yeah, we're on a couple different things right now. I can't talk about it because sometimes the platforms get mad at me. But I'll tell you what, we got plenty of people in the room, depending on which room you're in. But yeah, man. Court C250? I have no idea what that is, man. I'll tell you what, Court makes some great guitars, but typically I don't really see a lot of people really buying those specifically from Court. But Court, if you didn't know, Court makes a ton of different brands, like PRS. PRS is made by Court. So Michael says music should be E-free. What does that mean? You mean music should be free? You think musicians shouldn't get paid? Is that what you're trying to say? That's a crazy statement. You think that you think a gas station worker or a school bus driver, you think they shouldn't be paid either? Why do you think music should be free? Why can't musicians be paid? What do you think? What do you think record labels should get paid but not musicians? You think you think Spotify and Apple Music and all them should get paid but not musicians? What do you mean by that? Meteor says, "Any thoughts on the downfall of physical media?" Downfall of physical media? I mean, I don't think it's ever going to go fully away. It's so much more convenient. I've talked about this before on the show. It's so much more convenient for people to just download something very quickly. Like this is, for example, there's no physical media form of this. This is a live stream, so there's not going to be a CD or a DVD or floppy disk or something to get this on. But that being said, when I used to stream on certain apps, they did not keep a record of the videos. At least on certain ones, they do keep episodes. So if you can watch them at any time and download them. But yeah, no idea why there would be certain because you know how many CDs would be produced for just live streamers alone. That'd be insane. So not sure how that would work. Let's see here. Michael says, "Can I go pretend to be a gas station clerk and then get paid time one? Line one?" I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. I'm going to tell you right now, I think everybody who does an honest day's work should get an honest day's pay. That's all I'm saying. If you think music should be free, I think you're going to see that a lot of musicians are just not going to make music. Because there'd be no reason to. There'd be no reason to. Yeah, no idea why that's going on. I got him. That's funny how that's not taken up with the community moderation. That's weird. Nobody else has a question? This is weird. Hold on. I can't say specifically which app is not talking, but you know who's in the room not speaking. Shout out to the people asking questions. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, if you got a question about guitar or music streaming, let me know. We'll answer a question for you. You let me know. Let's see here. I Love 21 Pilots says, "Do you like Orange Juice?" The song by, what was it? Odd Future Wolfgang? Dude, it's a great song. Dude, you ever listen to that? It's a great track. You guys know that song? Orange Juice? Lemonade? You know what I'm talking about? Meteor knows what I'm talking about. There you go. Yeah, hey, ask me a question. Tap that screen. You know what's going on. Yeah, ask me a question, guitar, music, streaming. Yeah, I'm just not playing music right now, so. Yeah, we're just answering questions and stuff like that. No, I have, wait. Oh, I do know who that is. Takanaka? The jazz surfer. That dude rules. That dude's super cool. Yo, shout out to that guy. Every time I see his name, I'm like, I don't recognize the first name. And I'm just always confused about it. James says, "How long you been playing guitar for?" You want to guess? If you know the answer, do not answer it. Meteora, do not answer it. I hate it when people who know the answer to that question answer it. How long do you think I've been playing guitar for? Before you just blabber some stuff out. We can just... Someone's going to be like, 0 days. Oh, that's interesting. 2 people on 2 different websites said the same number. That is so funny, dude. 2 different people said the same number at the exact same time. Are you guys the same person? That's funny. Let's see here. Anybody else has any questions? That wasn't even very good. I was just like noodling for a second. All right. I'll tell you what. As soon as somebody gets the answer, I will let you know which number is correct. So if you have not answered a question, how long do you think I've been playing for? I'll play something a little bit more. I can't play music on this because I'll get in trouble for copyright and stuff. So you'll just have to, deal with it a little bit. James, are you going by every number? That's lame. Lame. You can't do it like that. Let's see here. Let's see. I like how Chinasaur is just saying the same number over and over and over again. That's very cute. Lane says, what's your favorite color guitar, Patrick? I will show you. I actually own it. That would be Lake Placid Blue. Check this out. Beautiful color, right? Beautiful blue. It's metallic. Love it. Watch this. Since it's reflective, if I get the green on it, it becomes invisible. Because green, green screens. Sounds great. I love them. Tobacco Burst, Lane? Tobacco Burst is sick. I like Tobacco Burst. 3-tone Sunburst. I'll tell you guys how long. I've been playing. 20 years. Maybe 21 years now, but 20 years. So if you said 20 years, you were correct. This guitar is so easy to do a pinch harmonic with. You ever do a double pinch harmonic? Those are pretty fun. You have 7 Tobacco Bursts? What? You don't like any other color there, Lane? You're crazy. Yeah, so James, you were correct, by the way. James, you said 20 years? You are correct. Yeah, dude, double pinch harmonics are weird. Very weird. If you can do them do an upstroke double pinch harmonic, you're crazy. Dre says, I get all guitars white. Interesting. Everybody, what's your favorite guitar color? Because I like Lake Placid Blue, but obviously I get what I get. So I only have one guitar in Lake Placid Blue. So Silver Burst. Oh, that's a great. Oh, Rachel, we were talking about that. When are you gonna pick that up? You better get one of those. That'll be sick. Nobody on TikTok has anything to say. Thank you so much, Patrick Bateman, for the roses, by the way. I appreciate that. But nobody on TikTok has questions. You guys are funny. You guys are so funny. On the other places, they ask me plenty of questions. So I don't know what's up with that. Yellow Toaster says, red, any kind of red? Dude, I like red. I only like Dakota red. So it's like a darker red. Not a big fan of any other reds on guitars. If a Gibson has a cherry color, I'm just like, oh, I'm so over it. I cannot stand any kind of cherry color. Like the see-through. Don't like it. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. We got somebody, I can't read your name. I think it's Mai. Mai says, did you try playing a sitar, an Indian instrument-like guitar? I've seen those. Those are cool. Never tried one. I've never tried a sitar, ever. But they seem cool. The fact that the tuners go all the way up the neck absolutely astounds me. But they're cool. I do like those. Who's watching on TikTok? Are you guys still here? I can't tell. You guys are awfully quiet. Mark says, "Don't try one." Why? Does it just ruin your skill? You're like, "Oh, I play guitar. I can play sitar." Is it like terrible? Well, what's wrong with sitar? That's right, Random. Yeah, I haven't been live on this for a long time because it's filled with problems. That's why I usually stream other places, but, I'm on here right now. Don't worry about it too much. I can't talk about it too much. But if you got questions, let me know. Guitar, music, streaming questions. If you guys want to ask me something, go right ahead. Try to answer as many as I can. Hey, and if you're having a good time, tap that screen. Subscribe, follow the live, whatever you got. Whatever you got. We'll keep it growing. Yellow Toaster says, top instrument besides guitar. Ooh. What are your... I want to know what everyone else's answer is real quick before I tell you. What is your favorite instrument besides guitar? Because that's my favorite. What's your favorite instrument? You like bassoons? Dre says drums. Mark says triangle. Ark says drums. All right, we got a couple drummers in here. I like drums a lot, but I wouldn't say that's my number 2. I would say my second favorite besides guitar would be piano. Piano is so important to me. I love it. And in fact, I love it so much that it's like one of those instruments that I will buy one day. Does anybody know what a Rhodes piano is? I was very close to buying a Rhodes, but it was like $1,000, which is pretty cheap for a Rhodes. If you've never seen a Rhodes piano, hold on. I can't play the video for you, so you have to just listen to the audio. But this is what a Rhodes piano sounds like, all right? Hold on, let me pull this up. It is absolutely one of the most beautiful instruments I've ever heard in my life. Where is it? Here we go. There's a video. Here it is. I'll pull it up so you guys can listen to it. But you can't watch it. Sorry. It's one of those things. So give it a second to turn on. This is my favorite instrument besides guitar. It is so glassy sounding. Isn't that beautiful? My favorite. I love it. That video is ancient. Isn't that cool, though, dude? That's such a great sounding instrument. Yeah, love those. But yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. Guitar, music, streaming questions. Horror says, how long you been playing guitar for? Does anyone want to answer that? Who was paying attention earlier? Who is paying attention? Also, thank you to 5'7", Ivan. Thank you for the live follow. Appreciate it. Meteora says, thoughts on SoundCloud rap? It's pretty good. It's kind of old now, isn't it? SoundCloud rap's not new anymore. It's like, that was kind of relevant 10 years ago. People were like, oh, SoundCloud's a thing. But I don't know. I think it's kind of gone now, to be honest. Is it still there? You guys still listen to SoundCloud rap? Let's see here. Everybody says 20 years. You are correct. I've been playing for about 20, 21 years. Ivan says, opinion on Pantera. Dude, they're great. And Pantera is awesome. In my opinion, when Metallica started to fall off, Pantera really took off. Like, they took their place as, like, that thrash metal. I know they're called groove metal, but I think it's that thrash kind of experience on them. They're great, dude. Yeah, anybody, if you're a Pantera fan, can we get some Panteras in the chat? Let's get some Panteras. Dude, for real, though. Like, here's another opinion I got. Same thing. Legend of Zelda, great game series. When they started falling off, because they're still good, but they never really quite got better. Like after, I think, Majora's Mask. Dark Souls. Dark Souls really picked up where Legend of Zelda left off. So, rip some Pantera. I don't know any Pantera, dude. Love them. I don't have a tremolo either. This thing's disabled. So I just like to play what I like to play. So, yeah, Dimebag. Yeah, let's get some Dimebag Daryls in the chat. Hell yeah, brother. Meteor says, do you think there will ever be another band that will impact music like the Beatles? Ooh, yeah, probably. I think right now we're in a kind of a weird spot because obviously COVID happened and a lot of people were, suffering. A lot of people were out of work. A lot of people could not spend money on creative ventures. That's why for like 5 years it was just like a couple mainstream bands releasing stuff. And now that we're kind of out of there, the music industry has changed. That's how I'm able to play music and do it professionally, is because I can stream music. I can make my own records and things like that. So being an independent artist is pretty easy now. But yeah, it's the industry's kind of healing itself. So yeah, it's not going to be the same. But yeah, as far as being a huge impact, it's going to take some time before there's like they call that monoculture kind of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of different music going on. So, but yeah, Twilight Princess it was good. No, I'm saying Twilight Princess was good. Legend of Zelda, it was great. But did it get better from there? I don't know. I think it just kind of stagnated. And then I feel like, in my opinion, Breath of the Wild, this is kind of off topic, but Breath of the Wild kind of was just like trying to be too many different things. You had a little bit of a Minecraft crafting influence kind of going on, which was like, okay, that's nice and all, but also the weapon like degradation. There were a lot of things in that game that kind of just, I feel like it muddied the water. So, but yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. Meteor, we're talking about music, guitar music, and streaming. I know you're kind of asking other questions, but I'm trying to keep on topic. I appreciate you, though. Yeah, Donnie says, I've been in the mono country scene for many years. Interesting. Yeah, that's been, I think country, I mean, I'm not a big country guy, but I think country's also having like a weird identity crisis. Am I right? Anybody listen to country in here? There's a lot of people that kind of listen to the old country stuff, like the old outlaw country. And there's like the new country, which is very, I hate to say, absolutely generic. And it's a completely different feel. So I don't know. I don't really listen to country, but how do you guys feel about it? Yeah, I'm kind of on Rachel's side. I'm not really. If somebody asked me to listen to it, I would. Like if we were driving somewhere and somebody said, "Hey, I got the new country star that's going on. You want to listen to him?" I would just open the door and jump out of the car. I would roll on the highway rather than listen to it on the highway, if you know what I mean. So. Yeah, Donnie says, I prefer the steel guitar country. I'm going to be real, dude. I've never been a fan of the steel guitar. You guys know what I'm talking about here? Let me pull up. If you don't know what a steel guitar is, you know what a steel guitar is. It's that Hannah Montana sound. Let me see if I can find something for you. It's that sound. That's steel guitar. But to be fair, the Hawaiian guitar in SpongeBob, same instrument. So, what are you going to know? Steve says, do you like Pink Floyd? Oh, yeah, dude. I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. Oh, yeah. I love Pink Floyd. In fact, my latest record that came out not that long ago has a couple subtle Pink Floyd references in it. So, if you want to listen to it, go check it out. You'll find it on all this stuff right here. That's the band name. Apple Music, Spotify, all that stuff. So, Grateful Dead. Never was a Deadhead. I like Grateful Dead. I enjoy them. They have a couple great songs, but I would never put a Grateful Dead sticker on the back of my, Maserati or Porsche or whatever like that. Evan says, can you play Lounge Act? I do know how to play it. But we're not doing any music requests right now, unfortunately. I want to talk to people before I do the music stuff. So at 9 p.m., so in about an hour and a half, that's when I'm going to be playing music. So stick around. I'll play some music for you. Yeah, but no music right now. Sorry, buddy. Only One says, I used to play with a guy named Jim who used to play steel guitar for, I don't know who those people are, but I'm sure that's cool for somebody. I don't know. I got nothing for you, but that's cool. Sometimes when people name drop stuff, you ever have somebody name drop something to you and you're like, oh, cool. But you're like, shh, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I'm sure they're awesome. Yeah. But I don't know who they are. My bad, man. Borchel? That's a crazy name. Borchel? Interesting. What about I'm the Scat Man? He's cool, I guess. He's got some cool music. I've only heard that one song. Does anyone know any songs from the Scat Man? Meteor says, thoughts on black metal. I don't really listen to a lot of black metal. Obviously there's a couple artists everybody knows, but is there a new black metal artist that people should be paying attention to? Do you listen to black metal? Let me know. Yeah, if there's a new artist, black metal. Frank Sinatra's black metal? I don't think so, pal. I know you're just probably just saying it. Holy reverb, Batman. Oh, I see. Some people are just trying to say, this is what I think. No, ask me a question, dude. Guitar, music, streaming questions. You know what's funny? I gotta say this. Nobody really asks me about streaming questions. I find that fascinating. I've been doing streaming professionally for 2 years now. This is my second channel, if you didn't know that. It's my second channel where I like to talk on here. I don't play as much music, but yeah, it's my second channel, dude. Can you believe that? That's nuts. Yeah, I decided to make a second channel for talking. Yeah, we got Stars Collide. Who is Stars Collide? Who is that on TikTok? Who is that? I know your profile picture is like this big, but for some reason it looks familiar. It's Hugh New. Okay, that's who I thought it was. Really? Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say because last time I was like I don't remember who this is right now. China Store has a great question. Is there any affordable cameras for that Red streaming app? Yeah, actually there are. There are two. This is a nice camera. This is my mirrorless Sony A6400, which I really like. But the other camera that I have, I'll go to my main camera. This is going to change up here, so don't pay any attention to this. But this is my other camera. It looks a little different. The settings are a little different, but is that $1,000 of difference? Do you think? What do you guys think? Is that $1,000 worth of difference? How about this one? You think would you pay $1,000 for this camera versus this one? Obviously, the settings are a little different, but I don't know, man. I'm going to tell you right now. I like this camera a lot, but I don't think I would want to pay $1,000 difference. So, yeah, not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. So, yeah, if you're looking for should I make like a streaming setup video? Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should show the streaming setup. I know I did the equipment, like the music stuff, the guitars and the pedals and stuff like that. Maybe I should do the actual, not just the meat, but the potatoes too. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Only One says, I always wanted to learn guitar and buy, I don't know what that is. You ended up. I see. You ended up playing drums. No, dude, you can play guitar. Just get some lighter strings. Thank you so much to Hugh New for sending some roses on TikTok. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much. We got Egon. We got Egon saying I'm seeing Metallica and Tool soon. That's nice, sweetie. That's great, sweetheart. Thanks for telling me. Man, that's fun. Well, I'll tell you what. If you guys got no questions, how about I ask you guys some questions? Does that sound fair? You guys want to answer some questions for me? Let's do that. Let's answer some questions for me. You guys down? I want to know what the first band you got into when you were younger and you did not really listen to music. What made you instant click? Whoa, who's this? What was the band that got you into bands? Because there's plenty of songs people like. What was the band that really just click, turned it on? You know what I mean? What are we thinking? What was the band that really flipped you onto music? I want to know. Carlos says Nirvana. Alkaline Trio for Jay Sharkey. Really? Tubzilla says Green Day. Meteor. 3 Days Grace. Really? 3 Days Grace. Okay. Queen. Black Sabbath. Hey, that's a great band. Big fan. Stars Collide says Disturbed. Interesting. Okay. David Bowie for Steve. The Ziggy era. Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome. Some of those are pretty fun. You know what I mean? You got Rachel says Megadeth. What? I would have never guessed that. Rachel, really? Megadeth? You know how I'm not a big Megadeth fan. I really tried to give them a try because a lot of people watch my show are Megadeth fans. Any other Megadeth fans out there? If you're a Megadeth fan, I am so sorry, dude. I cannot get into them. I even had somebody make a playlist for me. was like, "You want to make me a playlist?" They're like, "Oh, I got you. This will make you a fan." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I looked. I just skip. I couldn't do it, man. Anybody not a Megadeth fan? I want to see who's a Megadeth fan, who's not. Let me know. Tubzilla says, I take that back. Stone Temple Pilots. We play some Stone Temple Pilots on the show. So, hey, if you stick around, give it another hour or so. We're going to be playing some music on here. So, but I can't do it right now. Can't do it right now because of the copyright and stuff. So I have a second channel that actually allows me to play music and stuff without getting too crazy. So, all right. So we got what else we got here? Rachel says, "I understand." I'm so sorry. When you have to go. I get it. I know. I get it. Anybody have a band that they kind of just fell out of? That they loved them originally, they really enjoyed them, and they just could not listen to them anymore? Anybody got a band like that? Ninja says, play Enter Sandman. I just said I can't play music on here, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just played it for a second. So, Stars says, dude, Stone Temple Pilots is playing my town tonight. What? Really? I actually got an email recently about Stone Temple Pilots, too. I was like, I don't even follow them right now. I didn't even know they were still on tour. That's crazy. Ninja says, you ever heard of can you try that again real quick? Give it one more shot. Give the band name Polyphia one more shot. Let's see if you can do it. Try it one more time. I want to see if you can do it. That's so funny. Oh, man. Johnny says, what if Nirvana was a free jazz band? They kind of are, if you think about it. You ever listen to Endless Nameless? It's kind of free jazz. If you really want to push it, it kind of is, man. Speaking of which, Jay Sharkey says, probably Metallica. You were into Metallica? You fell out of Metallica? Really? Get out of town. Really? I never really fall. I actually liked them more as I got older. When I was younger, I was like, my brother's a big Metallica guy. And I was like, me and my brother had kind of like a sibling rivalry. So there you go. Everybody, can we get some hand claps in the chat for Ninja Turtle? Come on, give it up for Ninja Turtle. Spelling Polyphia right. Come on, get it. Can we get some taps on the screen? You guys on TikTok can't see this. Let me copy and paste that. That was amazing. I've never seen that. That was incredible. Here's what was written. Hold on. That was what was written. That's amazing. Everybody, can we get some hand? Thank you. Come on, get it up. Come on, give it up. Come on, give it up. Give it out, everybody. Yeah, come on. Come on, everybody. Yeah, come on. Give it up for Ninja Turtle. I like how Ninja Turtle's clapping for himself. Good job, buddy. Welcome to the show. Only One says Kurt Cobain was great, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, I'm a big fan. Nirvana's my favorite band. Nirvana's the band that got me into songwriting. Because I was a big Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Pearl Jam. Really loved Coheed and Cambria. That was a big early band. System of a Down. Those were all bands that just like really made me want to listen to music. But I didn't want to play music until I heard Nirvana. That was like the key in the ignition, right? The first couple bands were the first click, and then Nirvana was like started the engine. You know what I mean? Ninja Turtle says, "What about Red Hot Chili Peppers? They're okay. They're fun. I'm not really a big fan of them. They're okay. Anybody Chili Peppers fan out there? Any Chili Peppers? Let's see here. Johnny says, how much money would it take for you to cover the My Little Pony theme song? I don't think you have a single dollar. Hold on a second. I don't even think you have a single rose. I don't think you have a single rose to send to get me to do anything. Do you even know what the My Little Pony theme is? Because I don't. So if you do, that's really funny. But I don't know how to play that. So CM says, right now I really like Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, and Deftones. Excellent choices. Those are all bands I play on the show after the talking portion. Let's see here. Steve says, damn, it's that bad that you can't even play other people's songs on your own guitar. I thought it was only playing others' music like through a stereo on a live stream. Are you asking me if I can't play music and stuff like that? I mean, I have two channels. One channel I specifically play music on. The other channel, this channel, I only do talking on. And the reason why is because if I go on the first channel where I play music and I try to talk to people, people get mad. They're like, shut up and play music! Shut up! Stop talking to us! Play my song! So I had to make a second channel so I could just talk to people and talk about music and things like that without people getting upset. So, but yeah, as far as copyright goes, not a joke. If I sing and play a song on the show with no backing track, none of the recording, the algorithm will hear it and it will say, you're playing somebody else's music, we can't monetize this. It's crazy good now. I can't even talk about what platforms I'm on without some platforms getting really jealous. It's really weird. So, very weird. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Any questions about guitar? Only one says I can't get into Coheed. They're kind of like Rush. Either you can get past the singing and you like it, or you don't. It's very difficult to get through those two. Yeah, Rachel says AC/DC is like the Nintendo of copyright. Yeah, that's true too. Check this out. If I play Highway to Hell on this show, I will get a notice saying, you can't play that on the show. You actually have to remove that from your episode. But at least they're very nice about like using AI to remove the audio. They're pretty good about that. So I can post it after, but then you'll have like a part where I'm talking, and then it'll mess up the audio. It's really weird. So it's very weird how that happens. Yeah, pretty brutal. Yam says, it's Yamaha, excuse me. Yamaha says, what chords can I play G-sharp major pentatonic? I don't know, man. I don't have that off the top of my head. But I'll tell you what, if we Google it real quick, you can find out. I don't know if that's a fun I like it when people come on here and they're like, I'm going to ask them a question with just like one specific answer. I'm like, okay, that's good for conversation. That'll be a good one. Hey, man, what's 9 plus 10? Got him. No, I like to do opinion questions. Like if you have a guitar question about like, hey, Pat, what kind of fretboard conditioner do you recommend? My fretboard is starting to shrink. I'm trying to figure out what to help out with that, and I could give you some advice on that. Or if you talk about music theory stuff, like as far as like writing techniques, or if you talk about what bands, what they're thinking when they're trying to write something. When somebody asks me a question like, "Hey Pat, what's the 7th note in the chromatic scale?" Starting from, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, that's a boring question. You got me. I don't know it. But, yeah, I don't really like those questions. Those are pretty funny. It's like very nerd questions, if you ask me. So, let's see. What do we got here? Jay Sharkey says, I got questions on both those topics. What? Which one? I said a bunch of stuff. Ayla says, yeah, can we get some nerd emojis in the chat? Let's get some nerd emojis in the chat. Can we nerd it up? Stars Collide says, do you still do the Discord after the shows? I mean, I'm always on there. There's a Discord channel that you can just go there. It's just linked in my bio. I mean, I'm on there all the time between shows. Not many people talk on it. I don't know why. I think it's because they realize that they can't be obnoxious. So they're like, all right, I guess I just won't talk in here as much. So yeah, let's get some nerd emojis. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Only one says, do you do fast sweeps and arpeggios? I don't have a broom anymore, so I don't can't really do that. So Yamaha says, I'm offended that you're offended. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm offended? I mean, I'm just pointing out that it's just like a weird question. I mean, I get it. You're trying to answer. They're like, I'm going to see if he knows the answer to this. But it's like a very, I don't know. It's like a one-word answer. It's like, do you like this? Yes or no. It's like, I don't usually like those questions. I like those opinion-based questions. I like to have more substance for the people in the audience. I know you're having difficulty trying to talk to somebody because it's probably never happened before. But usually people like to have a whole conversation. There's like a back-and-forth thing. So I know it's tough, but, it happens. How you doing, Riley? What's going on? Scout says, I want my chess rematch. Uh-oh. Everybody, can we get some more nerd emojis in the chat? We got somebody trying to challenge me to chess. That's crazy. Dude, that's insane. Yamaha, you should go hang out with, what was his name? Scout. Yo, go get your boy Scout. That'll be pretty funny. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We got Riley. Riley, thank you so much for following me. I appreciate that. Nice name, dude. Hawk says, who is your favorite artist? Does anybody know the answer to that? Because, I mean, my favorite musician, if you've ever been on the show before, I talk about him all the time. I'm a big Nirvana fan. Huge Nirvana fan. It's my favorite band. In fact, if you want, here, I'll just show you something real quick. We're not gonna, I can't play music on this show, but if you want to see what songs I play on the show, normally, hold on a second. We got the song list here. All those bands right there. Tons of them. You'll see it kind of scroll through. You'll see how many Nirvana songs I know. It's pretty crazy. So I used to do a Nirvana night on the show exclusively. I would just play Nirvana the entire time. So have I ever heard of Green Day? Oh, yeah. Green Day's up there, too. This is my band finals. So a whole bunch of music. Star says, I miss those. I still do. Look at all the Nirvana I play every night. I literally play all these songs every single night. They're all there. They are all there, dude. It's crazy. So, anyways, yeah, just wanted to show you guys all the songs we play on the show normally. But, like I said, I can't play music on this show because of copyright stuff. So, just want to make sure that doesn't have a problem. But, yeah, shout out to Stars Collide. Welcome back. Welcome back. Jay says, never realized streaming was so strict. It's strict now. Yeah, before, I'll tell you something. This has only been the past couple of years. There's an artist here. I'll show you something. Well, I'll show you something about streaming. This guy's super nice. It's a super nice guy, but I'll pull this up for you guys. Hold on. Let me get to my browser. I use the terrible one because none of my information's on it. Let's see here. SocialBlade. SocialBlade is a website that you can look up stats for like streamers and TikTokers and things like that. But, yeah, there's somebody I know that has been streaming for years, and you can literally see the moment they started being restrictive on musicians on this. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, here we got, there it is, TikTok. There we go. All right, so this should pull up. I've disappeared! Why did I disappear? Hold on. There we go. All right, I'll make myself a little smaller. And then I'll show you the website real quick. Let's see here. Window capture. Whoops, no. Here we go. Okay, so if you check this out, he's pretty big. He is a A-minus TikToker rocker. He, if you've never heard of him, he does a bunch of Tool covers. He's like known as the Tool guy. He has, what's it called? Tools Day. He does a Tools Day. But you can actually see in real time when his viewers just like completely disappeared. It's very strange. So let's see here. Gained monthly total. Here we go. So if you guys look at this, see this giant bar graph? Or I'm sorry, no, line graph. So you can see. I gotta pay for it. Get out of here. You can see right here, the very beginning of 2021, it just like skyrocketed up. He had less than 400,000 subscribers. He had less than 400,000 subscribers. And then for the past, not a joke, what is this, 3 years? There's been a couple moments where it's like completely gone up, but it's been stagnant. It's been pretty stagnant since about 2023. So right around 2023, you could see if you're not making videos, if you're not releasing new material, you just can't grow. So it's very strange. It's very strange how you can see right around 2023, they kind of shut down a lot of stuff for streamers. So it's pretty crazy. Johnny says Finals rap album. There is a rap album, dude. Yeah, go check it out. Linked in the channel description. Yeah, go to that website. You'll find it. It's out there. Yeah. P. Swayze. That was my rapper name. Go look at it. But yeah, so, 2023, they started implementing some, like, what are they called? Copyright algorithm type things where if you start playing music, if you start showing other material, if you have recordings or something in the background, they'll just stop showing you to new people. They'll just be like, no, you can't. You can't do that. You can still play, but you won't get new viewers. If you can't get fresh blood, you can't grow. So that's the thing. That's why I have 2 channels. I have one channel for music, and the second channel is me answering questions and talking to you guys about certain things like that. So it's pretty crazy. Excuse me? Johnny says, play me A major, boy. Listen, you can talk to your mom like that. You don't talk to me like that, okay, pal? Yeah, so, yeah, no idea why that is. Rachel says, what? Pat rap lore? Yeah, no, there's a whole rap album. There's actually 2 records. I didn't release the second one because I was like, this is kind of boring. Oh, no, that's not true. I just released a bunch of songs. That's the synthwave album. There's a second synthwave. Yeah, I made a synthwave album. I have 7 rock and roll albums, and I have a rap album I made. You get inspired by stuff. You just decide to do things. Let's see here. Hawk fan says, what part of the country are you in? How often does your band do shows? I don't like to talk about where I live anymore just because a lot of crazy people out there, so I like to just remain anonymous as far as that goes. But to answer your second question, how often does my band do shows? There is no band. Not anymore, at least. There was a band a couple of years ago, and then when I decided to do finals, it's just me. So I do all the recordings, I do all the merch, I do all the playing the instruments, all that stuff. So everything that you hear or see with finals is just me. That's it. So there's nothing else I can do as far as like playing shows besides like playing along to recordings. But eventually I would like to go back to playing live shows again. It's just, I'm going to be real with you. You make way more money playing music online. It's easier for people to get into. You get more notoriety. It's a better system. Live streaming music is way better than playing shows right now, at least for me. So for the past 2 years, that's all I've done. That's all I've done. So yeah. So if you're thinking, okay, what does this guy know about guitar, music, and streaming? That's my job. So I know this channel is kind of small because it just started not that long ago. I repurposed an old channel that I had about 2-3 years ago, and I used to do videos on like interesting people, places, and things in Virginia where I used to live, and it started blowing up, and I was like, okay, the music's doing well. So yeah. So if you guys want any advice on it, dude, go check it out. Let's see here. Jesus Christ, TikTok. Yeah, somebody sent me a TikTok universe, and I played Buddy Holly. Yep, that's true. Also, get out of my chat, you weird nerd. Good Lord. Get bent, nerd. Nice username, idiot. Good Lord. I can't believe that guy was in my chat. All right. Anyways, 22 says, what do you think about the new Boss pitch shifter pedal? Would you consider buying it? Oh, they have a new one? Boss never makes new stuff. They just kind of rehash the same stuff. What's it called? Pitch shifter? What is it? When did it come out? How new is it? I did not hear about this. Oh, the XS100? Hold on, is this it? Right here? I can't show this for very long, otherwise websites will get mad. But is it the blue one with the rocking pedal? The PS1? That's XS1? PS1? I mean, if they came up with something new, that's pretty sick. It's this one? Okay. It's this one? Okay, I can't show this for very long. They get mad at me, which is so stupid. Shout out to TikTok. What a great company. Fantastic. Okay, I got to script that a little more. So this is it? Is this the new one? I'll tell you what, that's pretty neat that Boss is trying to actually... Yeah, they get upset about numbers. It's really funny. They made a small version of it. I know they've had a bunch of pitch shifting pedals. Let me explain Boss in a nutshell for you guys. If you play guitar, if you really enjoy guitar pedals and things like that, let me know if you agree with me. Boss and Roland in general is very conservative with their technology. They're kind of like Toyota, if you think about it that way. They don't like to innovate. They take ideas that other people are doing, and they just do them really, really well, but then they just never update it. Like the Boss chromatic tuner pedal, the TU2 and the TU3, those have been out for like decades. Those are so old. They are ancient technology. I mean, what do we got here? I have a DS2 Turbo just sitting here, right? This design, this metal chassis, super reliable, But they have not done almost anything different in the past, like, 20 years, 30 years. It's incredible how little they've changed. So, yeah, I would say if the Boss is doing something like this, that's a sign of the end times, dude. That's, like, crazy. That's a crazy thing to see. So, yeah, I can't believe it. But it's probably going to be super reliable. But I don't know if it's going to be any good necessarily. I like the Digitech whammy. I like the, I wanted to get the new whammy, but it is pretty expensive. That's super expensive. No idea what that is, Jay Sharkey. Sorry, buddy. No idea. Again, TikTok being super quiet. You guys just, come on, join it. Come in the water. It's fine. Not that water, though. That's not water. That's a bunch of Baja Blast behind me. Sorry. If you thought that was water, wrong. Yeah, that's where we dump the people that are annoying on the show. We kick them off. We throw them in the water. So, Stars Collide says, sorry. No, it's cool. It's cool, dude. Yeah. Anyways, I'll tell you what. Did anybody see the video I put out today? I put out a new video today. It's about how people buy counterfeits and how they're like, how it's like really affecting a lot of people. Anybody think about buying a counterfeit guitar? Because I know there's a lot of people that buy like counterfeit sneakers and fake. Fake purses and all sorts of fake sunglasses, things like that. I get it. I understand it. But Zoe says, I saw it. It was really good. Thank you. I appreciate you for watching. You left a comment, too. I recognized it. Yeah, you were the first person, too. Shout out to Zoe. Psh! Thank you. Very cool. Johnny says, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about 2004 Jack White. All right. I'm going to hit you with a cool on that one. Yeah, Rachel says Temu guitar review went. You know what? Okay, so there's a fellow guitar player / internet person named Jeej, Jeej, who I've been friendly with. We've been friendly. And he actually bought a counterfeit Explorer a couple years ago, not that long ago. And this is not a joke. Somebody took pictures and video of him with the guitar promoting their counterfeit brand. And he did not know about that. If you need to know anything about counterfeiters, it's they don't care about you. They just want your money, dude. Think about that. He had no relationship with them at all. He just made a video talking about it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Well, yeah, isn't that crazy? Shout out to Jeej, by the way. Fellow Dave Grohlian. So let me pull this up. Jeej. Explorer, guitar. Let's see if we can find this. Okay, so here, I found it. So this is his, he made a video right here talking about the Explorer. And he's like talking about the experience and blah, blah, blah. But here's what's funny. Here, let me see if I can find the original post. Because I tagged him in. I was like, what is this? Okay, so this is the original post he made. I think I can show all of this. I don't think it's a big deal. It's Reddit. Check this out. So this is the guitar he bought. Looks pretty cool. I get it. So he talks about it. He gives like a detailed kind of review. And then let me see if I can find the post where somebody used this exact picture. They took his picture and used it. Isn't that funny? So like I said, they don't care about you, dude. People that think, oh, well, they're just trying to provide a service to the market. It's like, okay. All right, if that's what you think, dude. If that's what you think, then okay. Let's see if I can find him. Okay, call me Jeej. See if there's any comments. What was the latest comment he made? Because I try not to go on Reddit anymore. It's like a big. I've been having a big feud with Reddit. So, anyways, I won't get into it, but yeah, let me see if I can find this. Let's see if we can find this for you. Also, if you guys got questions, spit them out in the comments, dude. Let me know down there in the chat or over there, wherever you are. Let me know. We got Emmy. Thank you so much. Steve says, why are you not allowed on blank? No, I'm allowed on there. I'm on there right now. Everybody on this streaming app. Everyone say something in the chat. Say something in the chat. Let me know you're out there. Yeah, it's TikTok. TikTok has a problem with something tube. But they don't have a problem with TikTok. Isn't that funny? I can talk about TikTok all I want. I don't get in trouble. It's the other one. If I even say it a couple times, they get upset. I actually literally got a warning saying, like, hey, stop talking about this. Well, all right, we got a couple somethings. Thank you so much, CM. Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you so much, Zoe. Thank you so much, Zav. Emmy says, you're the best live streamer. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the talk show portion. So, all right, let's keep it rolling, shall we? All right, let's keep it rolling. Where's the one? Let me see if I can find this. Hold on. Oh, I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. I'll look at my account. We'll pull up my account. Look at my account. Here we go. There's me. There's me. And then we'll look at my posts, comments, and then we'll kind of scroll through it, and I'll find them. So, Rachel says, Pat is the only streamer I watch consistently. That happens a lot. Yeah, hey, listen, if you watch other streamers, put it in the chat. I want to see who you guys watch. I would love to see who you guys watch. Okay, so it's not pulling it up. So it must be older than I thought. Still nothing pulling up? Maybe they deleted the post. Maybe that's why it's not pulling up. That's weird. Okay, well, I can't find it, but I know for a fact if you go through my Reddit history, you'll be able to find it. So it's there. 22 says, to be honest, you're the first streamer that got me into watching streams. Really? Okay. So who else do you watch? Yeah. Who else do you watch? Rachel says, I love watching Queso, but only the I almost said it. Only the videos he puts out. Yeah, because he hates, you know what I mean, TikTok too. He's very upset because what would happen with him, I'll tell you guys an interesting story about streaming. So if you are on TikTok and somebody else is restreaming your stream, you can actually get your main stream shut off. That used to happen to him all the time. He would start streaming, and then somebody else would restream it so that they could get views and stuff like that, and they'd get money, which happens. I've seen people do that. And then he would get his stream shut off. So he went, I hate this app. I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah, absolutely true. There's video of him talking about it. He's like, oh, brother, don't get me started. Oh, brother, don't get me started. It's really funny. I used that audio in one of my videos. It was really great. To this day. Yeah, people still do it. That's why I'm not a fan. I am still on here because I know a lot of people missed me on here. And I was like, okay, I'll keep going. But, yeah, it is interesting how that works. Yeah, so tap that screen if you're having a good time, by the way, everybody. Yo, double tap it if you want to. Zav says, if there's a streamer that's on that I like, I might watch for a bit, but you're the one I consistently watch for hours. Perfect, dude. Dude, right here. Tap that screen. Here, I'll do it with you. Looks like I'm punching you. I'm not. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, where's this? I want to find this post now. Anytime I'm looking for something online, I have the commentator's curse. Anytime I'm like, oh, I just found this. I got to see it. Nope. Doesn't pop up. Okay, the shows up. Why is it not showing up? All right, whatever. I'll have to find it later. But yeah, there is a yeah, they were using his post. It's very weird. His pictures. So anyways, any other questions? Anybody want to talk about guitar, music, streaming? Tap that screen. Subscribe to the live. Follow me if you want to. We're talking about guitar, music, and streaming, all that stuff. Steve says, did you see the sequel to Spinal Tap? I did not. I had zero desire to. But I bet you it's funny. Did you watch it? Is it any good? Type some in the chat. There we go. Zav says, Pat, should I swap my single coils to humbuckers on my Jaguar? Yeah, I think you should. I mean, I like single coils, but I'll never go back. I really like humbuckers in my Jaguar. It really sounds great. Handles distortion really well. You do have to route it, or you get a mini humbucker. Those sound great too. Don't let anyone tell you they sound bad. They sound great, dude. Yeah, they sound great. Not falling for that one, buddy. Let's see here. Rachel says you probably shouldn't put your grade in the chat. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, make sure you don't. Make sure you keep yourselves a little bit private. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, TikTok's asleep at the wheel. What do you guys do? Nobody wants to ask me a question. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Everybody on the other streaming apps are asking me questions. I'll answer it for you, dude. Answer. Only a chat away. Zoe says, "Hey Pat, how did you learn how to scream? Do you safe scream or just Kurt Cobain it?" Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you right now. In my opinion, Kurt Cobain's screams are great and they're fun, but there are ways to do it without injuring yourself, for sure. Like, I used to smoke. I smoked for like 10 years. I smoked cigarettes for 10 years, and it did not help me at all. People are like, oh, you got to smoke cigarettes to get that. No, it's not about that at all. Anybody who says that has no idea what they're talking about. I'm going to tell you right now. There's a technique to it. It's very hard to teach. That's why I don't teach it, because, one, I don't know how to do it myself. I just know how I do it. I don't know how to share that information. Also, if you think about it, your larynx, your vocal folds and all that stuff, you can't just point at it and be like, do this. Like, when you're teaching somebody to play guitar, right, you can just be like, plug this in. You can be like, all right, I need you to do this hand gesture, right? And then when somebody does that, if they're doing it wrong, you can be like, no, move this finger to there. You can see it. You can physically see what you're doing wrong. With vocals, you can't just be like, oh, do this. It's very weird. I don't know how to do it, man. So I'm the worst person to ask about that. But I'll tell you this. There are ways to learn it. There absolutely are ways to learn how to do those techniques and stuff like that. It exists. So, yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, Rachel says my roommate smokes in our apartment. What? You better charge that smoke rent. Really? People still smoke indoors? I mean, I smoked for 10 years. I'm not kidding. The only time I ever smoked indoors was when I was at a bar. And it was expected. You go to a bar, you see cigarette smoke. So, but those laws, those days are over. Those days are over. Yeah, it sucks even as an ex-smoker, if somebody's smoking cigarettes indoors, I'm just like, can you stop? Can you stop, please? I don't want this. I get it. But I'll tell you what, if you're outside and somebody's complaining, it's like, shut up, walk away. Just go over there. You're fine. The wind is blowing it away. Come on. I used to know this lady. When I did smoke, I used to work in an office, and we used to go smoke cigarettes together. That's kind of a camaraderie thing about cigarette smokers. It's just so you never smoke alone. We would go downstairs and we'd smoke cigarettes outside in the park area, and this lady would walk by and she would like do this. And I'd be like, shut up! Come on! Relax! You're outside. Relax. Sophie has a good question. Favorite brand of bottled water? I don't like bottled water. I think the main appeal of bottled water is that it's cold and it's portable. That's it. That's the whole purpose of bottled water. So like the flavorings and the changes and all that stuff, I don't really care about it. But, gun to my head, you got to pick a bottle of water. I would say Fiji. Did you know Fiji water, half of the water that is exported from their country, more than half of the water in their country gets exported. At least that's what I heard. Can you imagine living somewhere and half your water just goes into bottles? Like, hey, I need some water today. Oh, half of it's going to Europe and America. Isn't that weird? That's a weird thing, but yeah. Yeah, I don't really care about it too much. I don't focus on it like Smart Water, Aquafina, all that. I don't really care. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, I just remember drinking it and being like, oh, okay, that tastes a little different. I will say this: the minerals and stuff, you can identify that. Like when you get Brita filtered water, you can kind of tell. It's not like a big deal, but you can kind of tell. But I'm the kind of guy that buys like kosher salt instead of like the iodized salt, because I feel like it tastes different. So what do I know? More like $2,500 difference. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. There you go. Yeah, I like my water with microplastics. That's actually what that is. That's not Baja Blast behind me. That's just microplastics in a little bit of water. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, somebody asked earlier, bore. says, "What about Frank Zappa? What about Frank Zappa? Where's the people that like Frank Zappa? You guys in here? Anybody listen to Frank Zappa? I'm going to tell you right now, most people in here do not listen to Frank Zappa. He's great. He's got some great music, but no idea if anybody listens to Frank Zappa. Halifax says, "Do you know Leilani?" I don't know who that is. Sorry, buddy. Do I know Youngblood? Oh, that's funny. Is there somebody in the chat named the same name? That's funny, dude. That is so funny. There's somebody saying somebody else's name in the chat, for those of you on TikTok. That's hilarious. Yeah, Zappa's cool. His son is like a super Van Halen guy, too. Did you guys know that? I always love that. That's funny. Let's see here. Youngblood? Does anybody like Youngblood in here? I'm not a big Youngblood guy. In fact, I would go so far to say is that I don't know why anybody knows Youngblood. You know what I mean? Because I've heard 3 songs from him recently. And I remember hearing one of them and I went, okay, I can see why he's famous a little bit. And then the other 2 I went, I'm okay. Nah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Nathan says, Pat! What's up, dog? Is there a song that's supposed to be good from Youngblood? What was it, Zombie? Is it Zombie? Oh, Halifax. You got 2 seconds to apologize, man, for repeating the same question after I just answered you. You already got banned on the music channel. Why are you doing this to me? Come on, dog. You know him from his Changes cover? Really? He did a cover of Changes, too? That's a great Black Sabbath song. I think that what's the other guy's name who did the Changes cover? See, I can't even sing that on the show. Charles Bradley, he had an incredible cover. Yeah, you can't even sing. If I sing it, I'll get in trouble. Can you believe that? I'm going. I can't do it. If I go any further than that, they'll get mad at me. Yeah. Zombie from the Cranberries, great song. Great band, great song. Yeah. Yeah, what's going on? Hey, we got a couple of people on TikTok. What do you guys do? Where have you been? I've been here the whole time. Where have you guys been? Ooh, Flavio has an interesting question. Now, this is a band. I just threw my pick on accident. I got another one right here. Now, this is a band that's very divisive. Does anybody know the band Title Fight? I did not hear about them till last year. That is not an exaggeration. Literally not exaggeration. Did not listen to Title Fight until last year. Is anybody a super fan of Title Fight? I want to see it in the comments. Because this is a band I've been just buzzing around. People have been talking about Title Fight for a while. Anybody a big Title Fight fan? Flavio, you're obviously a Title Fight fan, right? Bread, are you a Title Fight? Nathan, Title Fight fan? Zav says, knew of them, but never listened to them. That's another band somebody made a playlist for me. Shout out to Ty BG. They said, I want you to listen to this band. I want you to tell me what you think. And I remember everybody knows the one song that was like a TikTok background song, one of those sounds. And everybody listened to it. And I think everybody knows it. But I can't play it on the show, unfortunately. But other than that, I listened to a couple other songs. And I'm like, okay, I could see why they're pretty big. I didn't get super into them, but I could see why they're big. I'm like, okay, I get it. I didn't even know they broke up. When did Title Fight break up? When did they break up? 2018. See, it's been years after I didn't even listen to them. So it's pretty funny how that goes. Oh, here's a great question. We got Hardcase on TikTok saying, do you have any tips for cover bands? Because I feel it's more difficult to get gigs as a cover band. Ooh, that's an interesting question. That is an interesting question. Does anybody want to try and answer that? Do you guys think it's harder to get a gig as a cover band than as somebody who does all originals or mostly originals? I have an interesting point of view on that. I would like to know your guys' take, though. Anybody play live at a show before? Anybody go on tours? Anybody go around the country? Cover band? Anybody do a bunch of music? Live music? All right. Let me tell you something right now. We'll answer this question. The question was, do you think it's harder to get shows as a cover band than it is to be an original band? Halifax, get out of my chat, dude. You're annoying. God, dude, how do you get banned in 2 different chats? Wow, what a everybody, can we get some thumbs down for Halifax, man? Everybody thumbs down that nerd. He came to both my channels being annoying and got banned from both. Super lame. Yeah, can we get some booze in the chat? Everybody TikTok, can we get some booze? It's a guy in the other one. It's being annoying. Yeah, just get him out of here. Literally just kept spamming the same question, even though I answered him. Said it out loud, too. Anyways, all right. Moving on. All right, so if you're a band and you're trying to play shows, I would say arguably, if you're in a cover band, it is way easier to get shows. If you're playing them well enough and you're entertaining to watch, I have seen so many cover bands. Like, for example, where I live, I've seen bands for the Eagles. I've seen a Taylor Swift cover band. There's a Led Zeppelin, all female, a bunch of ladies playing Led Zeppelin. I think it was Les Zeppelin. Perfect name, if I remember correctly. There's a Nirvana cover band. There's a, what's it called? There's a grunge cover band where they just do mainly grunge. There are so many. CMM says because he seems nice. No, he's an asshole, dude. What are you talking about? That guy, admitted he got banned for being annoying, and I said, don't do it again, and he did it again. You watch it, CM. Don't you ever show sympathy to people I ban, or I will get you too. I hate that, dude. Oh, but he seems so nice. No, man, I just said he was, being obnoxious in the chat. Don't show them sympathy. They're being rude. Anyways, thank you for the booze, everybody that sent booze. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. Yeah, don't be nice. Really? I never noticed? All right, CM, get out of here. I just told you to stop it. Get out of here. Let that be a lesson to you. If I say not to do something, don't question it. Get out of here. You blew it. All right. Anyways, so back to the question. The question was, do you think it's easier to get shows as a cover band than an original band? I would say it's absurdly hard to play music as an original musician and get as many shows as you do with covers. And I will tell you guys, from my point of view, when I used to do Nirvana nights, because I'm a huge Nirvana fan, if you ever watched the show, anytime I would do Nirvana nights, 10,000 plus people instantly. 2 hours, 3 hours. Tons of people would watch my show. And that's because, I'll give you a couple reasons. One, people already know they like the songs. They're already out there. There's a bunch of great songs that people identify with. If I have a band name up here and you don't know the band, are you going to stay and check it out? No, of course not. You're going to I don't know who that is. But if you see Nirvana, if you see Led Zeppelin, if you see Black Sabbath, you're going to be like, oh, I know what to expect. I know what I want. Perfect. That's what I want. I want to listen to this. And that's how it works. Rachel says, I missed the wig. The wig's right over there. It's I can grab it. I'm not going to get it, though. But I'll tell you this. Again, the whole point of being a musician is deciding what you want to express. At the time, I loved doing just Nirvana covers because I loved it. It was enjoyable. It was a fantastic experience. I got to see a lot of people get entertained. It's fun. I still do a lot of covers. But I'll tell you why. It's not just because I like the songs. It's because they pay the bills. Doing cover songs pays way better if people don't know your band very well. But I'll tell you this. After 2 years of playing music, I'm very happy with how my music's going. A lot of people enjoy my band's music. A lot of people enjoy my records. My latest record is now outperforming my covers, which is that's like winning the lottery as a musician. If you get your originals out there and people enjoy it and they request it, that's what you want, baby. That's what you want. You want to be able to play, unless you like being in a cover band, then cool, do that. If you want to just play, Kurt was famously in, with Chris, they would never play covers in the original. And in the Bleach era, they did not like to play a lot of covers. They would play maybe one. It's because they wanted to play it. It was kind of a double-edged sword, too, because they kind of cursed the band. If you're a Nirvana fan like I am, you'll know that anytime Kurt played a song, people immediately preferred the Nirvana version over the original, for the most part. So if you're in the Vaselines, you're now cursed for the rest of your life to hear, play Molly's Lips, play that song, do it Nirvana, do it the Nirvana way, forever. They'll never. Yeah, Love Buzz. There's another one. There you go. That's kind of an older song, though. It wasn't like a newer song. So, but anyways, the whole point I'm trying to make here is that a lot of people in the beginning will become cover bands. The Vines, very famous band. The Vines used to be a Nirvana cover band. That's how they got started. The bass player, I think his name is Patrick, and Craig were working at McDonald's. Yeah, they used to work at McDonald's in Australia. And they bonded over Nirvana. They decided to be a Nirvana cover band. And then also, originally, even Nirvana, too, actually, in the very, very, very beginning, there was talk of them being in a Creedence Clearwater Revival cover band. So they used to do CCR in bars and stuff. Now, they didn't do that forever. They would do that for a little bit. But yeah, they tried to stay away from covers as much as they could, but they couldn't avoid it. But yeah, so bottom line is you want to see how well you can do on your own. But some people, including myself, in the very beginning, a lot of bands, you need to get people familiar with stuff. Let me put it this way. Let me give you another perspective. If you have a restaurant and you're trying to sell people food and they come in, they go, okay, let me look at the menu. And they get your menu, right? They look at your menu and they go, I don't know what any of this is. It's like, I can describe it to you. It's like, okay, but I've never had it before. You have to have certain foods on there, like the chicken fingers, fries, maybe a mashed potatoes. You know what I mean? Gravy, something. They got to have something. They got to have something they can recognize. They can be like, okay, I don't know what any of this is. I don't like trying new things. Can I just get the mashed potatoes and gravy with a side with a biscuit? Can I get that? Cool, thank you. That's how it works, man. When you're playing music, if you're not doing covers, you better be really, really good at selling and performing your new stuff. So it's very interesting how that works. So I hope that answers your question. Carter says on TikTok, Pat, I'm in a band now. We're playing on a plane for our school Battle of the Bands. Very cool, man. Very cool. Hope you do well. Zav says, stop, I'm hungry right now. Everybody name food. Everybody say food in the chat right now. We got to get Zav hungrier. Watermelon. Let's see. Grapefruit. Cereal. Trick cereal. Fettuccine Alfredo. Shrimp. Everybody say food. Burgers. Hot fries. Lay's potato chips. Now I'm going to think of just potatoes. Cheeseburgers. Yeah, there you go. Everybody keep going. Keep going. Sushi. Zap says, stop it. I just brushed my teeth. Keep it coming. We gotta say as many food items as possible. KFC. Taco Bell. The 5-layer burrito. Candy in general. Zap says it's 1 a.m. What? Where are you at? You got to be in Ireland or something. Where are you on the planet? You in Britain or Ireland? Where are you at? That's 1 a.m. Ireland, was I right? Oh, dude, I dunked it. From the half court, it's a slam dunk. Unbelievable. Ricardo says, I need you to listen to Pinkerton again. Nah, I'm okay, dude. I've listened to Pinkerton enough. England, where all the tea is. Don't tell that to the Indian folks. What do you mean? All right. Dude, tea's pretty good, man. I like Tetley. Tetley tea is pretty good. Lipton's pretty good. Beans on toast. Oh, get shepherd's pie. What's another thing British people eat? Curry. What else we got? Everyone say British food. Jellied eels. That's a London thing, apparently. Fish and chips. Everybody fish and chips right now, crumpets. Would you like some crisps? Beef Wellington. Get them. Tea and biscuits with milk and lemon. Ooh, I'll tell you what. Dude, I'm going to be real with you guys. If during the Revolutionary War, right, if during the British-American fight, somebody said, no, man, we're not drinking tea anymore. We're drinking coffee. I'd be like, I don't know if I can do this, man. I love, dude, having a cup of tea with some lemon, some milk. Oh, damn, that's good. You're not a Londoner, don't worry. I'm not worried about that. We don't know the areas of your country. Let's be real for a second. Does anybody know the areas of Britain? I know the north is like the south in the U.S., and that's about it. That's all I know. That's all I know. It's like reverse America. It's really funny. Sheffield. Yeah, you got the Arctic Monkeys. Yeah. That's all I know about Britain, dude. That's all I know. Is that the North is like your South. Our South, the United States. Anybody from the South in here? Anybody have all their teeth? What's going on? I only know the names of the cities. Yeah, I don't know. You know more than I do. I know like 3 cities, and 2 of them are London. Yeah, there you go. Liverpool. Hey, that's Patrick Norley. He's playing music tonight. Oh, cool. I've seen him on YouTube. Not the best city there, Newcastle. Anyone? Newcastle. Apparently, Newcastle. I've had the Newcastle beer, but I don't think that's British. Where's that at? Is it? Is it still? Newcastle Brown Ale. Let's check it out. Is it England? Oh, it is England. Okay, all right. I'd like that. Oh, it's owned by Heineken, though. Interesting. Well, that's it. Chris on TikTok says Nirvana, please. Well, we're going to play music in about, it's about 10 minutes. If you want to wait around for 10 minutes, we'll be playing music in about 10 minutes, bud. What is the notoriously rough accent? I like how we were talking about music. Now we're just talking about British stuff. That's cool. That's a good moment. Shout out to Britain for having a bunch of stuff I have no idea. I don't understand. I would love to go check out Britain. They'd probably beat me up, though. They'd be like, oh, Americans. Can you get your schools under control? I'd be like, don't make jokes about that. They'd be like, oh, what are you going to do? And I'd be like, what are you going to do? Stab me? They'd be like, it's a good point. It's a good point. I can't reach him from here. I didn't say that, Nathan. I didn't say that. Don't say that. I didn't say that. Britain has some good music, Rachel says. Oh, yeah, dude. They're awesome. They got some fantastic music. Are there any new British bands? The last one I can think of, like an actual total awe, was Arctic Monkeys. But that's like old now, man. There's got to be some other bands and other artists. Any other British artists out there that are good? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bring Me the Horizon? Oh, they're older than Arctic Monkeys, though. Actually, who's older? What was the first album? Hold on. Nobody look it up. Nobody look it up. Who came out first with their first album? Arctic Monkeys or Bring Me the Horizon? I'm going to say Bring Me the Horizon did first. But I want to see if we can guess. Let's see if we can look it up. I'm going to go Bring Me the Horizon. Their first album came out... Count Your Blessings. That was the first studio album. That was... Oh, no! That was 2006, October. So, it's going to be close. Oh, damn, it's going to be close. 2006, it says here on Wikipedia. It says October 2006. And then it was later issued in the United States in 2007. So, oof. I'm going to go by the first date, though. All right, so whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. That was January 2006. Okay, I was still right. All right, I'm wrong. It was, I was wrong. Can we get some sad faces in the chat? I was wrong. It was Arctic Monkeys came out first. I thought Bring Me the Horizon came out first. Nope, it's Arctic Monkeys. January 2006 versus October. It's a bloody toy! No, it's not. Oh, and then they had 5 minutes with the Arctic Monkeys. That was an EP. 2005. When was the other EP? This is what the Edge of Your Seat was made for, was 2004. Still wrong. Still wrong, but hey, at least I get a little bit. Thank you for the sad face. We got Chris. We got Nathan. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Yep. Got nothing for you. Sorry about that. That's a great record, though. This is what the Edge of Your Seat was made for. Fantastic record. All right, everybody. We got about 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes of talk show. So if you guys got questions, spit them out. I want to know. We got guitar, music, streaming, questions that can be answered. If you guys want an opinion, if you guys want something, go for it. Let me know. Zav says, Pat, I've got to repeat this if you don't know already, but Newcastle was the first place Nirvana performed in Europe. Really? That's cool. That is super cool. Love it. Did not know that. Shout out to Newcastle. Cutting edge grunge musicians. Nathan's on TikTok says, have you listened to Crimson Moonlight? No. Is that a band song? Is that an album? I don't recognize that. Chris says, what's your favorite Radiohead album? In Rainbows, probably. I'm going to go basic. Any of the first 7 albums from Radiohead are all incredible, including Pablo Honey. Pablo Honey haters are hipsters, and they're all good. Ayla says, do you like any Strokes songs? Oh, yeah. Strokes are great. Like a lot of their music. The early stuff, in my opinion, is incredible. Like the first album, I actually really like to listen to. Everything after that was okay. Maverick says, why do you always play the C chords wrong? One thing, that's funny you think I play C chords wrong. 2, I don't know what you mean by wrong. If it's how it's written and it's how it's played. If it's a C chord, it's a C chord. Whether it's played like this or if it's played like this. So, not sure what you mean by that. Are you talking about me playing it like with my ring finger down here instead of like that or something? What are you talking about? Yeah, I'd like to know what you mean by wrong there, Chief. Excuse me, do you know you like things wrong? I don't know why you're British, but you're British now. Maverick says it's left pinky D string. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Very intelligent. Very high-level comment right there. Excuse me, you play your chords wrong. You always play them wrong. You know that. You got a license to play that chord wrong? You play that chord wrong? Yeah, can we get some nerd emojis in the chat, everybody? Can we get some nerd emojis? Crank them up. Come on, crank them up. We got to get this. Did you know you play these wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I will. I guess I'll play them right just for you, sweetheart. Thank you for pointing that out. How was it again? How should I play it? Hold on. Let me see if I can do this right. Is this right? Is this how I play the chord right? Just making sure. Sorry. Yeah, just trying to figure out how to play it correctly. Sorry about that. Sorry, the music is terrible because I play it wrong. All right, anyways, any other questions? Any other questions? Don't try and pivot away from that. What do we got here? Sam says, Pat, please listen to Geese. I haven't listened to them. You want to make me a playlist? Make me a playlist. Send it to me on the Discord. I always like to check those out. Yeah. Maverick, I got bad news for you, sweetheart. I don't think anybody cares. Whatever you're saying, I didn't read it, but the fact you're responding so quickly to that embarrassment tells me that you're upset, and we're trying to have a good time here. You can go talk to your mom, ask her about me, and I'm sure she'll have plenty to say about me, but we'll come back to that never. Thank you. Some people might think I'm being cruel by making jokes like that, but I have no follow-up. Let's see here. Any other questions? Anything? Last minute, you guys, rapid fire. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Last questions, last comments. Jay says, do you still play Nostalgic on electric? Oh, yeah. Just not as much on the show. People like the acoustic version, which I'll be honest. I like the electric version a lot, but I see why people like the acoustic version more. And I think it's because there's a chorus part where I say good day, good night. It'll all be all right, which sounds good. But I think that the that melody that I came up with, that where I go like, hold on, it's my drop D guitar. Let me pull up my acoustic. Hold on. We'll do it right. We'll do it right. Not gonna play the whole song, so we won't get in trouble. But where you go? People like that as like non-lyric. They like just the melody. That's what people like about it, and I think it makes more sense. It's simpler. It's easier to get involved, and the guitar part being like that. You know what I mean? That whole experience is more dramatic. So I agree with everybody. I like the electric version a lot, but I think I understand why everyone prefers the acoustic version. So I definitely like playing what people enjoy. So, which is why I kick people out that are being annoying. We're not here to entertain you. We're here to have a good time and talk about topics in a encouraging and fun and entertaining way. When somebody tries to spoil that, when somebody tries to heckle that, sorry, but that's not why we're here. No reason to do that. Jay Sharkey also says, but then the double bend to back the vocals. Oh, you mean the guitar solo part? That is good. It is good. You can't have both. You can't have both. So Nathan says, you're not being cruel, you're being funny. Oh, stop it. Thank you. I appreciate that, bud. Yeah, I don't understand why people do that. It's so bizarre. It's I get the understanding of a heckler. The heckler's mentality is, check this out. A heckler's mentality is they see people enjoying something, and it's that meme where somebody's like, stop having fun! You know what I mean? I get it. I've definitely like been the guy outside being like, this sucks. But at the same time, I don't go into chat rooms and try to ruin it. I'll just like be like, this guy sucks, and I'll just move on. I won't try to ruin it for everybody. There's plenty of better uses for your time, dude. Way more better uses for your time. So, because that's another thing. You got to learn that there's going to be a lot of people out there that disagree with you on certain things, and it ultimately doesn't matter. But at the same time, it's like when it actually distracts people from an entertaining experience, or when you're kind of basically poisoning the well, so to speak. You're trying to make it worse for everybody in the Jack, I'm not talking about you. That's okay. I'm just talking about somebody from before, so you're okay. Maybe. I don't know. Are you okay? All right. The whole experience that, you got to get rid of those people pretty quickly, and you just got to move on. I got to move on. They got to move on. It's just, if you're not going to, hey, man, if I'm making pies and you want a cake, can't do it. Sorry. Go to the wrong, you're at the wrong shop. So move on. Cam on TikTok says, my band is playing a party on Veterans Day for like a few hundred people. Dude, super cool. Love it. That's awesome. Levi says, give us Down with the Sickness. Oh, Was that you trying to do the thing he does? Can you do it? Can everybody in the chat, can we get some chats of the cool part? The part where he's like, oh, Can we get some of those? I like how Levi's acting like a 9-year-old kid. Are you 9 years old? Do it. Do the thing, man. Do the thing, dude. I think that's close enough. That's funny. I don't know why kids do that. It's very weird. When I was a kid, when I was online, I played StarCraft. I did not go into chat rooms with like strangers talking about music. I never did that. Never mind. I was about to say something mean. But you know what? I won't do that. It's probably a kid. So I'll just kick him out of here. All right, you guys have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's it. We're off of here. He says, Mr. Gnarly, can you play any System of a Down? No, I'm sorry, man. I don't know how to play any System of a Down. Not a single track. I know a couple riffs, but I can't play. No music on this one. We're talking about music. Sorry about that. I appreciate you, though. We are going to be playing music in a couple minutes. You give me 20 minutes. I'll play some music for you. How's that sound? 20 minutes, we'll come back. Colin says, do you have a sustainer? No. I actually have some comments about that. The Sustainiac, those things, they actually make like a weird kind of sound, like outside of the sustain. They have like a high-pitched tone that they make. And it's really annoying. And they also kind of like shock you. Like you can feel it in your hands. It's really weird. I'm not a big fan of them. So, yeah, it's really, really odd. So, Nathan says, I'm over. Oh, very cool. Thank you for watching. Jay says, all right, this will be the last question, you guys, then I got to get off. Jay Sharkey says, ever play any PRS guitars? I actually used to live relatively close to the PRS factory. There's one in Maryland. Yeah, I used to live near. I actually knew a guy who worked there. I knew 2 guys who worked there, actually. I think PRS makes some of the best guitars out there, quality control-wise, material-wise. They are excellent. The problem with them is that they just never... They showed up too late to the party. Fender already had their designs. Gibson had their designs. Other people tried to kind of figure out their own thing. PRS tried to combine them. Literally tried to combine them with the 25.5 inch or 25-inch scale length. And they never really got the star power. They just never really had anybody that really inspired people to play. And of course, people are going to say, what about Santana? What about John Mayer? They showed up late and way too early. Santana was really early. John Mayer was recently. So other than those two, there's a couple. Let's actually, should we do that? Let's look up PRS's roster real quick. Let's look at all the famous people that played PRS. Endorsees. Let's look them up real quick. Real quick. This is the last question, though. Last question. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, let's look up the PRS endorsements. Like the artist models and stuff. Let's go check it out. So we're going to look up PRS guitars right now. Artists. Here we go. Does anybody know who Aaron Forbes is? See, here's the issue with PRS. Before I even go on further. There's three kinds of people that play PRS. They're either session musicians, which not a lot of people really know. They're like progressive, like alt metal guys from like the mid 2000s to late 2000s. So again, not really mainstream rock and roll metal players, just like kind of off-brand. Not too many like famous people. And then the third one would be people that had a brand with somebody else and then left to go with PRS. And there's a couple of those. So let's keep looking at the featured artists. So does anyone know who Aaron Forbes is? Let's look at who he is. Based in the United Kingdom, Aaron Forbes is a session guitarist. So clock that one. We got Larry from Primus. I didn't know that. I don't think he was always a PRS guy, was he? Early supporter? No, he was. I didn't know that. Okay. But what does Primus play? Interesting. Okay. We have Billy Martin of Good Charlotte. All right. Interesting. Any other artists we can talk about? Okay, we got Carlos Santana. Let me make this a little wider for us. We got Herman Lee. Herman Lee is definitely, he was Ibanez for a while. John Mayer was Fender for a while. David Grissom, he's an early supporter. Mark Holcomb, I actually never said his last name out loud until just now, so I might have butchered it. But he's been with PRS for a while. But he plays, again, progressive metal kind of things. I don't know who Mark Lettieri is. I don't know who that is. What does he play with? A Renaissance man. Interesting. Composer, instructor, blah, blah, blah. He's worked in the Fearless Flyer. Oh, okay. Still not sold on him, but okay. So just a guy. Mark Tremonti, Mark Tremonti. Alter Bridge. Is that everybody? That's everybody, dude. So they have a couple artists. Is that less than I remember last time? So session musicians, people that were with other brands, and then switched over, and then progressive metal kind of guys. So that's PRS in a nutshell. And that doesn't mean they're bad. If you like PRS, again, I like PRS too. They're great. But they just don't have the star power. People are not gravitating towards them. Just for the record, just to prove my point, let's go look at Fender. Let's look at Fender's artists. We'll just check this out for one moment. Let's go check this out. Okay, this is an article. Okay, this is not what we wanted to see. Where's their artist section? Endorsers. Artists. Okay, here's their custom shop. We'll just see who's got a guitar with them. Let's see here. Nope, that's just their custom shop. Come on, I'll just look at guitars, and then we'll look at artist models. Here we go. Sorry about that. I was looking for artist models. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is just Strats. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, that's the same guy. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Looks like there's 25 products. That's 20 right off the bat. That's a lot of artist models. Not just people that endorse it, but those are models. That is a lot of people that endorse just one of those. So pretty crazy. So Fender has a lot of artists that really like them. And hey, for better or worse, if you don't like their quality control, I like them. I think they're great. I think PRS's is better, but I think Fender just has the better designs. You're more willing to put up with a Fender that has a couple things that aren't perfect than a PRS that's absolutely perfect. PRS can't afford to be sloppy. Gibson can. Fender can for a little bit. So that's my point. So that's all I wanted to say. I got to get off here, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a break for a little bit. We're going to come back at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so in about 15 minutes, 14 minutes now. I'm going to play some music for you. So if you guys want to hear me play some music, if you want to request something, I'll be here. So we'll come back. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. I will come back for you. We had a great show tonight. You guys have been awesome. So come on back now. In a couple minutes, we'll play some music. I won't be able to answer as many questions, but I will play some music for you. So there will be music being played up here. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. Stay gnarly. All right.